Hello, classmates. My name is Mary Carrillo, and I hope you enjoyed the last week of the class. So I hope everybody did a great job. So right now, I decided to read the book When I Was Puerto Rican by Esmeralda Santiago. But also, the reason why I picked this book is because it was very interesting. The title got to me when I was Puerto Rican. So it's like saying if I was Ecuadorian, when I was Ecuadorian. So I also picked this book because I wanted to understand another Spanish country, right? And since I'm from Ecuador and Peru, I decided are South American alike as Puerto Ricans. So I decided to read it to see. It was really interesting. So the story all began when she was in Puerto Rico, where her childhood was full of tenderness and hearing wonderful tropical sounds, as well as living the property. As she was growing up, she had to learn how to do certain ways, how to eat certain fruit and hear the sound of a tree frog, which was coquito. And as she as she and also there was a point that it was really interesting that she had closed an eye of that baby. That was something interesting that I never heard of before. So that's like a new culture that certain country does. So anyway, so as she entered school, there was a clash between the Puerto Ricans and the Yankee culture. So her her mother was for when her mother, force of nature, took off to New York with her seven, soon to be 11 children. Esmeralda was the oldest. She had to learn new rules, new language, and eventually take on a new identity. So that's how they got the title When I Was Puerto Rican. And as well, since as I was saying, she was the oldest child. Her parents had to get together. Although her father has an older daughter, which nobody knew about it. Her parents' relationship was damaged, as her mother suspected her father having an affair, and the drum of Esmeralda's siblings, which was Raymond, got injured real badly in a bicycle. Esmeralda's mother, that's also, as I said before, Esmeralda's mother decides to move to New York, where she believed that the doctor can prove better to care of her. So while in New York, the author was, Esmeralda, experienced a difficulty of racism and learn, since I was telling, like, learn new languages. That's every people that happen. They move to one culture to another. They learn to a new language, and they tend, sometimes they tend to keep the same accent. Because my father was born in Peru. When he started learning English, he got to learn new language, and his English is a heavy accent. It's hard to really understand when he speaks it. So, like, like her mother was, when they moved to New York, her mother kind of felt embarrassed because she didn't understand English. So as she also bring Esmeralda to help her translate certain stuff, even though Esmeralda knew a little bit of English, but she was able to translate all the stuff. But although her life at school it was difficult for the siblings, their mother insisted so that so that they do not have to work in a factory like she does. So that's like a normal people, that they feel like the parents don't want the child, overcome, all the stuff they went through in the culture, like races, all the stuff. So she felt like that's why I believe she was the first one to graduate college. She learned, she had, she became a different person. So in other words, she like the title said, when I was Puerto Rican. I believe she was still Puerto Rican, but she considers herself Hispanic American, like Puerto Rican, like most people call it Puerto Rican. So, thank you for listening to me, and I hope everybody had a great day.